Welcome, this is yoga. So if you have a block and a ring, go ahead and grab them. If you don't have a ring, you'll need a strap. So you could just use a towel or something like that. All right, we're gonna come onto our backs. Find your ring or your strap. Go ahead and let's start with our right side. Take your right foot onto that ring or strap and just start bending and lengthening. Your left leg could be bent, or you could lengthen it down, whatever's comfortable for you. While you're here, try to feel into your breath. Try to feel in toward your hamstring, all the way up into your calf and Achilles heel. Just bending and lengthening. Exhale when you bend. Inhale, lengthen back into it. And take your time at whatever pace is comfortable for you. We're going to take about 2 more of these, and then we're going to stay with the leg stretched out. Good. The next time that your leg is stretched out, position your ring or your strap all the way to the big mound part of your foot, and then start pointing and flexing. Feel into your range of motion. Every time that you flex, you should feel a deep stretch through the back of your legs. Try to flex even deeper, extend through the heel. Every time that you do this, we're going to warm up in this pointing and flexing, and then we're going to stay in the flex for a few breaths. Good. And the next time that your foot is flexed, stay here, extend through your heel, with the option to take your other hand, your right hand, and gently press onto your leg. We're going to take 5 breaths here, trying to plug your femur bone down into your hip socket. Everything is in line with that right hip while you extend through the heel. And then we're going to breathe here a few breaths, then we're going to take it slightly over to the left side, then we'll take it over to the right, and then we'll do a full spinal twist. But for right now, I want you to just plug in toward that femur bone, extend through the heel, gently pressing anywhere but on your knee. I like to go above my knee, but you could also go below your knee if you want to. Keep breathing through this. Keep extending through the heel, widening those toes. The breath is going to help deepen the blood flow and lengthen those muscles even more. 3 more deep breaths here. And on your next exhalation, we're going to shift this right leg over to your left side, but only just across the midline of your body, so that that right foot aligns with your left shoulder, and try to slightly pull a little bit more on your pinky toe side of your foot. So the stretch should start to feel all the way through the calf, into the shin, through the IT band, all the way down the side part of your leg. Breathe here. Keep widening those toes. Keep rotating, hugging more on the pinky toe side. Good. I'm slightly shaking here. Just breathe through it. This is a good reason that we're on our back. You can have that full leg extension without having to worry about passing out or anything like that. All right, 2 more deep breaths. And on your next exhalation, now is we're going to take this right leg all the way over to the right side. Try to keep the left hip bone grounded onto the ground. And then hug in as deep as you want towards your torso. Inner thigh stretch. Breathe. And you might also be feeling a stretch on that hip flexor on the left side with that hip bone plugged into the ground. Good. 3 more deep breaths. And then we'll take our full spinal twist. And on your exhalation, take this long right leg all the way over to the left side. Here's where that hip can lift up off the ground, no problem. It's gonna wanna lift up because we're doing a spinal twist here, but you're also feeling the leg stretch. Try to look the opposite direction of your leg. So look to the right, extend your arm out. Try to plug your shoulder onto the ground. Breathe here. 5 deep breaths. And the exhalation brings us back to center. Release your ring or your strap and then just take this right leg, gently hug it in as you massage side to side, move through the hip. If you want, you could take one hand and the other hand, just loosening up through that hip, make circles if you want, make any movements that feel good. We're gonna stay here a few breaths and then we're gonna take a one-sided happy baby, which is kind of like a pigeon pose laying upside down. Good, just loosen up through that hip. And now taking your peace sign fingers, or you could just hug on the big mound part of your foot, open up in a one-sided happy baby, and then we're gonna cradle our baby. So just moving through that hip. Breathe through it, breathe through any resistance. If you wanted to, you could stretch the leg if it feels good, but I want you to focus more on the hip than on the hamstring. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And now we're going to cradle our baby. So you want to take your right elbow, hold onto that right knee, and then with your left hand, take the heel of your foot, keep your foot flexed, and then just rock that baby. This is where it's a little bit more like that pigeon pose, just on your back. And then from here, we're gonna take a figure 4 stretch, which also gives you that same stretch as a pigeon pose. Good, and feel into any resistance while you're rocking your baby and just hug it in. Breathe through it. Try to be mindful to keep your foot flexed. This helps protect all of the ligaments in your knee. Good, 1 more deep breath. And now we're gonna keep this right leg up with us and take your left leg, bend the knee so that it's all the way up by your ankle on the right side. Take a moment, keep this right foot flexed and gently just press right above your knee, opening up through that hip flexor. When you're ready, start hugging in your left leg, interlace those fingers behind your leg, and then use that right elbow to deepen the stretch in that figure 4. Breathe through this deep IT band stretch. If you wanted to, you could circle the ankle on your left foot, but keep your right foot flexed. And keep breathing. And if you are circling the left ankle, you can reverse it when you're ready. And on the next exhalation, release your right leg down, keep your left leg with you. And we're gonna do the same thing with our left side. So find your ring or your strap. Start with your bend and lengthens through that left leg. Good. Take about 3 to 5 more of these at your own pace. And then we're gonna just stay with the leg long. And the next time that your leg is long, keep it long. Make sure that your ring or your strap is on the big mound part of your foot, and then start pointing and flexing through that ankle. Feel into that range of motion. Start feeling your heel extend even more. The stretch even more down the back of our leg. Good, about 2 more, and then we're gonna plug that femur bone into the hip socket. The next time your foot is flexed, stay here, extend through the heel, and we're right in line with our left hip bone. Plug down in toward your hip. Breathe into it. Keep extending through the heel, into the Achilles heel, down the calf, into the hamstring. Breathe. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And we're gonna take it to the left. Then we'll take it across the midline. Good, 1 more deep breath. Now take it all the way over to the left side. Try to keep both hip bones grounded onto the ground, and then hug it in. Stretching out through the inner thigh. Keep breathing. Good, 3 more deep breaths. And now we're gonna bring it to the center. We're crossing just slightly across the midline, and then we'll take our full spinal twist. So this left leg is crossed over the midline of your body with the left foot aligned with your right shoulder. Extend through the heel, and you could gently press onto that thigh. Try to hug in a little bit more on your pinky toe side. Breathe. Keep extending through the heel. Gently press on that leg if you want to. Good, 2 more deep breaths here. Then we're taking our full spinal twist. And on your next exhalation, we're gonna take this leg all the way over to the right side. Try to look the opposite direction. Leg is to the right, look to the left, let your arm extend out, palm facing up, and breathe. Good, keep breathing. 3 more deep breaths. And on your next exhalation, bring it back to center. And now we're gonna take our one-sided happy baby. Take your ring or your strap out of the way. And then wrap your peace sign fingers or your hand around your foot. And then just loosen up through the hip. Gently swaying side to side. Make little movements along the way that feel good. Loosen up through that hip. Really focus on the hip right now. You take some hamstring stretches too, but make sure that hip gets nice and loose. Breathe through it. And then when you're ready, start hugging this leg in. Try to keep your foot flexed, and we're taking our right hand onto that left heel, and your left elbow is going to wrap around the knee, and just start rocking your baby. Should feel a similar type of stretch that you feel in your pigeon pose. Really loosen up through that hip. Any tension, any resistance, try to hug and breathe into it. 3 more deep breaths. And then when you're ready, bring that right knee up so it can cross over your left ankle. Take a moment to gently press onto your knee on the left side. Keep your left foot flexed. And when you're ready, hug behind your leg on the right side. Hug it in. Make sure this left foot stays flexed with that option to rotate the ankle on the right, and try to use your left elbow to open up the hip flexor on that left side. Keep breathing through this. Good. Hug in nice and deep. When you're ready, you can reverse the ankle rotation if you're doing that on the right side. Left foot stays flexed. Good. And then gently release the legs. Find the soles of your feet together. Soles of the feet are going to press together, and then use your elbows to open up through the inner thighs, through the hip flexors. Breathe. Keep pressing your feet toward your pelvic bone. Use those elbows to help you. 3 more deep breaths. And on your next exhalation, place your feet onto the ground, all the way flat onto the ground. Extend your arms out so the fingertips are just barely touching your heels. And then start lifting your hips up. Try to walk your shoulders in toward each other, catching your fingers behind you. And stay up nice and high. Press your heels into the ground. Stretch out through your shoulders. Breathe here. We have 5 deep breaths here, and then we have the option to take a wheel. You can stay here, or if you want to, release your hands from behind you and take your hands by your ears with your fingers pointed toward your shoulders, and then lifting up into your wheel pose. Two more deep breaths. And on the exhalation, slowly lower down. Come all the way down. Bring your knees into your chest. Gently rock side to side. Massage through your spine. And then we're going to take our hands behind our legs and rock ourselves up into a boat pose. So you can take your hands behind you, just as your hands behind your knees, straighten up your arms, and then see if you can take those hands away. Hold 5 breaths. Good, one more deep breath in. On the exhalation, cross your legs in front of you and then shift your body weight in front. Start finding a tabletop position in the center of your mat and start rounding and arcing. Move through your spine. Make movements that feel good. Work out any little kinks. Every time you round, shift side to side. Every time you arc, shift side to side. Really just move through that whole spine body. Stretch out even your neck. Remember, that's part of your spine. Good. Take about 2 more each way. And the next time you come into your rounded cat, stay with that rounded spine and start swaying around. Move through the shoulders, the hips. Try to stretch out that back body. Keep drawing the belly in, shin into your chest. Breathe through this. And then when you're ready, just go the other way. Sway, move through it. And find a neutral spine, curl your toes, and we're gonna press into a downward facing dog. Start walking your dog. Keep your fingers nice and wide, your shoulders open, your back straight. And take your time just breathing through this. Tuck that chin into your chest. But anytime you needed to, you could move back into your tabletop position. We have about 5 more deep breaths here. And then we're going to take a few balancing poses. Good. And now bend your knees, gaze forward, step or jump your feet up towards your hands, and then place your hands onto your legs anywhere above or below your knees. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. We're gonna move with the breath a few times like this. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. 3 more. Inhale, look up. Exhale, bow down. And the next time that you bow down, stay here and then start rounding up vertebrae by vertebrae. Slowly just moving through your spine until you're standing in a nice tall straight position with your feet planted under you. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up, palms touch. Exhale, bring it into your heart center. Stay here just a second, getting grounded into the earth and lifted into the universe. Now start shifting your weight over to your right side. Bring your left leg up, balance. See how high you can bring that left leg up, and then rotate the ankle one way. Good. And rotate that ankle the other way. Good. And now we're just gonna bend this knee into the chest, hold onto the knee, Hug it in as tight as you can. And then think about your leg being a little bit buoyant, but still strong. You could do a little bends in the knee. If you needed to, you could come up towards the wall. When you're ready, we're gonna start finding a tree pose with our foot either on the inner thigh, or it could be on the calf, or you could bring your toes to the ground and gently touch your toes to the ground. Find something in front of you to look at that's not moving. And then when you're ready, you could spread up your branches, or you could bring your palms to your heart center. And we're just gonna breathe for 5 breaths. Good, one more deep breath. And on your exhalation, we're gonna shift this into a warrior 3. So take that leg behind you and then start shifting forward as best you can. Interlace the bottom 3 fingers, flex that foot behind you. 5 more deep breaths. One more breath. And the exhalation steps you back into mountain pose. Walk it out if you need to take a few little side to side movements. Bring your palms back to heart center. And then shift all the way to the left. Start extending that right leg out, or just make sure you do the other side. And when you're ready, rotate the ankle. Good. Keep that leg up as high as you can. Good. And then rotate the other way. And then we're gonna just bring this knee up. Use your hands to hug it in towards your body while you think about your leg that's supporting you being a little bit buoyant. Maybe just bend and lengthen a few little movements in that knee while you hug in that right leg. And then when you're ready, we're gonna start finding that tree position with that foot either above the knee, below the knee, or gently grazing the floor. And your palms could be to heart center, or you could reach up your branches. 5 deep breaths. Good. Good, one more deep breath here. And now we're gonna start shifting into that warrior 3. Take the leg behind you. Try to bring your arms out in front. Interlace those bottom 3 fingers. Flex the foot, point your knee and your hip down, 5 breaths. One more breath. And the exhalation gently releases you back into mountain pose. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, reach both arms all the way up. Reach back, press your hips forward, deep breath in. Exhale, swan dive with your hands under your shoulders, and then either step or jump into a plank line. Hold your plank position. Gaze forward, breathe. Good, 3 more deep breaths, just hold that plank. On the exhalation, slowly lower your body down to the ground. Point your toes. Take your hands low on the rib cage. Squeeze your elbows towards your torso and then lift up into a cobra or an up dog. Good, breathe here. And now at your own comfort level, we're gonna start looking behind the right shoulder and the left shoulder. So it's a slight little twist in the torso, but we're stretching out through the side abdominal muscles. Good, one side and the other side. Good, two more each way. And then we're gonna come all the way back down onto our stomachs. Take your ankles. Take your ankles. Start bringing them up into our bow pose. So we're just on our stomachs. Make sure you drink a lot of water after yoga because we're squeezing out any toxins that might get stuck in your internal organs. Squeeze them out, especially the kidneys. So that's why you just want to drink a lot of water after this to flush it out. 5 more deep breaths. Squeeze up even higher. And on the exhalation, slowly release down. Make a little pillow with your hands. Just stack your hands. We're gonna take our right leg nice and long. Keep your left leg bent, just like it is. Now we're just gonna start little pulses up with that right leg. Keep it long and pulse up. Good, 2 more, and then we're gonna keep it up there and try to set the leg on the heel of the left side. So try to set the right leg on the left heel. Just let this leg drain, breathe. Make sure it's not on your kneecap, it should be a little bit above your kneecap. One more breath. On the exhalation, gently release that right leg and then take your right hand on your right ankle, shift over to your left side. You can rest your head in your hand or in your bicep. And we're gonna bring this leg up and back. The bottom leg is just gonna be slightly in front of you for stability. This is a nice quad stretch. And also we're stretching out the abdominal muscles. Bring it forward and back. Good, another 3 more. 1, 2, and the next time this leg is back, keep it back there and just look down slightly. Stretch out through that quad. Breathe. Try to actively engage your leg. Try to almost straighten out your leg, but your hand is holding onto the foot or the ankle. 3 more deep breaths. And on your next exhalation, slowly roll back to your stomach. And we have our other side. Bend your right leg this time, and then start bringing up that left leg. Nice long leg. You could rest your head in your hands or the mat or block. And this pulsing up with the left leg is gonna help us get up even higher. Every time you come up, go a little bit higher, 5 more. And the next time it's up, keep it up. Set your leg onto your heel and just let it drain. Try not to be on the knee. Try to go either a little bit above or below the knee with your heel. Good, 2 more deep breaths. And now slowly release that leg. Bend your left leg, hold on to your ankle or your foot, shift over to the right side. And then we're just bringing this leg in and back. I'm gonna turn so I can see you guys. So just like we did before, but with the other side, your bottom leg is gonna be slightly out in front of you, just for balance. And we're just warming up forward and back with that top leg. Good, another 2 more, then we'll hold it back there. And keep that leg back, hold it, look slightly down in front of you, and then just stretch out through the quad. Try to straighten out the leg, but you're not gonna straighten it out because your hand is holding it. This just helps engage through those quad muscles into the knee. Breathe, 3 more deep breaths. Good, and on the exhalation, slowly release. Come back onto your stomach. Press your forearms onto the ground in a Sphinx pose. And we're just gonna lengthen through the neck, lift up the chin slightly. We're gonna do a child's pose after this, but I wanna make sure we get that stretch through the abdominal muscles. Nice and deep. Lengthen through the neck. Actively press those forearms and hands onto the ground. 3 more deep breaths. And on your exhalation, shift your weight back onto your heels into a child's pose with your arms extended long. Widen those knees. Try to press your forehead onto the surface, either a mat or a block. Stretch through your arms, through your shoulders, all the way down in toward your tailbone. Good. On your next exhalation, walk your hands over to the left side. Walk them all the way over, press into the ground. Keep those knees nice and wide. Press into the ground and breathe. And on your next exhalation, walk it all the way over to that right side. Press into the ground, breathe. And the exhalation brings you back to center. Walk your hands up. Bring your knees back under your hip bones. Cross your legs behind you. Shift your weight back. Legs come out in front. Extend just one leg long. Bend the other leg in, hook your opposite arm onto the knee, and we're just gonna take a twist here, 5 breaths. So we're twisting opposite elbow to knee, look behind you, stretch even your eyeballs. Good, one more deep breath. On the exhalation, slowly unwind and we're going right into the other side. Extend the opposite leg, bend your other knee in, and we're just hooking the elbow on the knee, the opposite elbow to knee. Twist behind you. Keep your spine nice and long. Stretch even your eyeballs. Each exhalation can help you get a little bit deeper if you want, or just stay with what's comfortable for you. Good, one more breath in. And the exhalation slowly unwinds us back to center. Extend both legs nice and long. Lift up, reset through the seat bones. Inhale, reach your arms all the way up, open through the shoulders. Exhale, fold down. If you need to, use a strap to try to catch your feet. Try to keep your chest lifted and just hinge from your hips. And maybe shift side to side to open a little bit more through those seat bones. 5 deep breaths. Good, one more deep breath in. And then on the exhalation, slowly start rounding up through your spine. You can walk your hands up your legs till you come to a nice, tall, straight spine. We're gonna bring our arms right out in front of us, tucking your tailbone just slightly. And then right when you feel like you can counterbalance your weight, try to lift up your legs. So we're coming into canoe. We're gonna hold this canoe for 5 breaths, and then we're gonna release into our savasana. So stay nice and low, with that low back pressing, but not your shoulders, for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Release it into savasana. Take a few little movements to get comfortable. And then we're going to take a big deep breath and we're just going to sigh it out. So when you're ready, inhale, deep breath in. Exhale, sigh it out. Just feeling relaxed. Your limbs feel long. Your feet and your palms opening up. The gravity of the earth pull you in. Feeling so relaxed, so calm. Just focus on your breath or nothing at all. And just love knowing that no matter what, you always have your breath. Love knowing that your breath goes with you everywhere. Love knowing that your breath will breathe, even if you're not thinking about it. Love knowing that if you choose to, you can control your breath. And start making small little movements. Start bringing your awareness back to the space around you. And when you're ready, bring your knees into your chest. Give yourself a nice hug and gently rock side to side, massaging through your spine. And take your hands behind your legs and rock yourself into a seated position. Get your spine nice and long, grounded through the seat bones. Inhale, reaching your arms all the way up, stretch even your fingers. Palms touch at the top. Exhale, bring it around. We're gonna do that 3 more times. Inhale, reach all the way up and around. Stretch even your fingers. Exhale, bring it into your heart center. 2 more. Inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale into your heart center. Last one. Deep breath in. And bring it into your heart. Namaste. The light in me honors the light in you.